Welcome to the Worldly Show.
Here with your host, Elizabeth, Sarah, Lauren, Spencer. And this season's episodes of Voices of the Worldly, featuring the Idiots Unleashed series. Backed by popular demand, these folks bring their own brand of hilarious and outrageous commentary. So please, sit back and enjoy the show.
Well, alrighty, we have got quite the special guest today. We have presidential Democratic contender Bernie Sanders in the studio. Bernie, how are you?
Well, I would like to thank you for inviting me to this medium. I feel that any way that I could reach out to the general public to express my thoughts on becoming the President of the United States, which is a victory that, according to the latest polls, I could probably win. I think I'm going to win. I am very confident that I can defeat Hillary Clinton. I'm very confident that I could defeat Donald Trump because I will expose him for the fraud that he is.
Well, that's quite exciting. Can you tell us more about exactly how you plan on doing that?
I'm going to do it by simply telling the truth, which is something that he cannot do. I'm going to express plans to change the United States of America for the better. You know, this is what it comes down to. I do not need a super PAC. I do not carry a backpack. I don't need a flapjack. I don't need a knapsack. What I bring to the stage is character. I bring integrity. I bring education. I bring plans. I know how to bring people together. I know how to bring honesty back to a regime, a fallen state. I've seen it myself as my time in the Senate in Vermont. All of the nasty politics, the bureaucratic nonsense that goes on, the billions of dollars that are wasted, trillions of dollars, if you will, that are spent. My goal is to centralize funds so that we can rebuild America, not to go further than $19 trillion in debt.
Wow, that's quite something there, Bernie.
That's a pretty big number. That's out there.
Yeah, that's a huge number. Can you give us just one little snippet of one of your plans?
Well, one of my plans is to let all illegal immigrants that are here simply stay. There's no reason to send them home. Where are they going to go?
Because this is actually their home now.
Where are they going to go? We cannot send them back to Mexico where they will do I don't know what. We have to have farmers here in this country. It's just a fact. People here have to farm. People here have to work in restaurants. If we send them all home, you will discover that 20 million people is quite a void.
Quite a void, right. No, I agree. Okay, well, now how do you plan on beating Donald Trump? It sounds like your ideas are quite polar opposite. What can you give us that will... It's a surefire strategy.
I thought about that, and I really don't need a true strategy because all I have to do is say the exact opposite of what he says.
Well, what he's saying is actually quite popular amongst many
Popular,
folks.
such as building a giant wall equivalent to the Wall of China across the southwestern United States.
Some folks think that's a good idea.
It would be a good idea if someone could reach into the sky and pull $50 billion to do this.
Okay, so you're saying that it's just not going to happen because of the money.
It cannot happen, and it never will happen.
It never will happen. Okay, and why are you so sure that you're going to beat out Hillary?
Because I am going to defeat Wall Street.
Going to defeat Wall Street?
The billionaires are going to get taxed. They are all going to pay their fair share, and that alone will probably drive down about a 15th of the overall deficit.
Wow. Wow, I really appreciate all your strategies.
Well, it's important to never stop conveying how you feel about change that you want to make, because you know what? It happens at the top level, and the last time I checked, the President of the United States is the Directorate of Policies that affects all Americans in the United States of America.
Well, we certainly like to think so. So I want to ask you, prior to becoming a Democrat or an affiliate with the Democratic Party, you were actually part of the Independent Party.
Yes, I was. I tried to make change over there, but I decided that having an allegiance is important. I hate to say it. I hate to say it at my age. I hate to say it as long as I've been in the political scene. But you do have to have a strong cohesion. You do have to have that esprit de corps. You do have to have that drive to win. However, it does kind of help to have a large party behind you.
Okay, so you kind of migrated over there just for the support.
Well, people could say that I just, did what I was told to do, but I truly believe that the way to make change is to become a part of a larger party to make those changes.
So you're going to be relying on party followers then to implement what you want to do?
I truly believe that they will support me, or else I would not be in the position I'm at now, which was starting off at the polls at 6%, and now I'm neck and neck with Hillary Clinton.
Oh, you're neck and neck?
Yes.
Oh, okay, well, let me just take a look at the polls right this second. 1 second. Okay, Bernie, Mr. Sanders.
Yes.
I'm looking at the delegates right now, and as it stands, you have 574 compared to Hillary Clinton's 1,223. That's quite a disparity.
There's a good chance that those numbers are probably wrong.
Oh, they're wrong. So these are just made up then, and...
What I do know is that in all the national polls, most Americans favor me, the people that favor her, or the super PAC giants, the billionaires that contributed to her campaign. I have not asked for the elite members of society to compete for my campaign.
Right.
What I do ask is for the middle class and lower class to band behind me, because I am going to pay off all student loans with the federal budget.
Okay, it's been said that the target that you're going after are folks that tend not to vote as much. What do you say about that?
I'm going after all members of society who want to see change, who want to see a difference, who want to have their college bills paid, because that is just the right thing to do.
That's the right thing to do. So, as I recall...
I am perfectly fine with people not earning their way. I will just pay their college for them.
Are you perfectly fine carrying everyone?
Well, someone has to, because sometimes the big Jew in the room has to make things happen.
The big Jew?
Yes.
Well, that's an interesting story.
Yes, I really just said that out loud, but I feel it on radio. The problem is that when you are in front of a camera, when you have the press corps in front of you, you're expected to say certain things. Sometimes you have cue cards.
Right.
I am 75. I need them. However, on the radio, I can say whatever I want to.
So what you're saying then, Mr. Sanders, is that your views are different when you have a video camera in front of you as opposed to just a broadcast microphone.
Well, sometimes, yeah. Here's the thing to understand. I'm going to say whatever I think that I need to for the American people to gain trust.
You're going to say whatever you need to say.
The problem that I see is people like Donald Trump could say ridiculous things. He just says horrible things. He says that Mexicans have to leave the country. He says that it is okay for capitalism to reign supreme. He quotes things probably from movies, and it's absolutely ridiculous. And he will not rebuke white supremacy, and I, as a Jew, have a particular problem with that.
Well, I suppose you would, but I was more concerned about what you said a moment ago when you said that you will say whatever you need to say to get someone to trust you.
I think that you are probably at this point putting words in my mouth, just like Senator Clinton does, because that is what they do.
Okay, well, we're just going to move on to our next subject. Mr. Sanders, what is your plan or what's your take on the current issue concerning Muslims, either in the United States or over in Syria? What is your take on that, and how should we handle that?
Well, every person that is here legally in the United States, I don't see what the issue is.
Okay.
They got a green card, they got a visa, they are here, they are living in the United States, productive members of society, they just happen to have a different culture, and I do not see what the problem is. Syria is pretty far away. We need to worry about what is going on here, in this country, with corruption. There is not a whole lot that I could do about Syria right now. For one, I'm not the president. Two, I cannot see Syria. Like, I physically cannot see the country of Syria, what is going on inside there. I have representatives that can give me guidance about what they think, the course of action to take. But until that country explodes, I cannot make a final determination.
I see. So, do you have any experience then with any type of Middle East policy or foreign policy or anything that might deal with anything in the Middle East at all? Anything at all?
Well, the simple question, the answer to that particular question is that I have a Secretary of Defense, and that Secretary of Defense will help make military decisive action decisions for me. That is what he or she is there for.
So you're going to rely on this one person to do all your thinking for you then?
I did not say that one person was going to make decisions for me. I will have a team of generals. I will have a team of secretaries. I will have a team of many people that will all give collective efforts to provide me with the best course of action, and I will take that course of action based on the guidance given. However, I will make the final decision.
Okay, based on the compilation of information that you receive from your teams.
That is what most presidents, I think, would get, because they themselves are not going to make a plan.
So it sounds like, in your view, it's quite easy to be president then. You can just rely on all your teams to do everything and confer with them every now and again. And,
it would be very safe to say that George Bush, both of them, did so very easily, just that.
Is that why you joined the Democratic Party then, is to have the same type of strategy they had?
I joined the Democratic Party to bring upon change.
Right, change. You mentioned that.
Yes, I did. And I will continue to do so because I am going to be the President of the United States. It is not going to be Hillary Clinton, who abides by billionaire rules. Benghazi is a whole other topic about blunders and national security. I am going to never let that happen in this country.
Well, let me ask you this. What do you think about her, that whole email situation where she went in and had her email service put in her house and then ran the government from her position from her home, utilizing the non-secure info systems? What would you do about that?
That sounds like a pretty reckless thing to do. I personally am not the greatest on the internet because I am almost 120 years old. But what I can say is that I would never be so reckless to take a computer home and use personal emails to send sensitive or classified secret data to individuals to read.
Well, that's good to hear.
If I become president, my presidential pardons will be very slim.
Okay, Mr. Sanders, just one last question, please. I'm still a little unclear as to exactly how you are going to handle the dangers of this terrorist group, ISIS, that is in the Middle East, that area that you can't see. Due to social media and other such things, they've made their name known all around the world, not just over there. They're here now. They have sympathizers. What do you plan on doing about the ones that are here that are causing a threat?
The first step is to fight Wall Street corruption.
Okay.
And after Wall Street corruption has been subsided, then we can look at other topics such as the one you just mentioned.
The one I just mentioned?
Yes.
Okay. So Wall Street's first and everything else second.
I have pretty much said from the very beginning that Wall Street is going to be the first priority. The second is to pay off student loans for all Americans who chose not to have a job while the military have to serve for the GI Bill.
Right.
We have to make sure that it's equal across the board for everyone.
Okay.
And then after that, I will make sure that all Mexicans stay in the country forever.
Okay.
And then after that, I will make sure that everyone gets free taxes.
Free taxes?
Free taxes. They won't have to pay taxes for 1 year as a gesture of my faith to the American public to show that it can work. After that, I will make sure that everyone has free medical care.
You don't think that you might be promising...
What I just said was that I am going to do all the things that I said I'm going to do because I might die next month because I'm old.
Wow! Thank you, Mr. Bunny Sanders. I really appreciate you coming in and your particularly interesting views on how you plan on running this country should you win the United States presidency.
Thank you. God bless the United States of America. God bless the state of Vermont. And happy Hanukkah.
Thank you. And hopefully you will come back and you can tell us all about your next strategy. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Voices of the Worldly. Please note that any opinions expressed here are strictly those of the panel members and do not necessarily reflect those of The Worldly Show or its host. Further, all characters are fictitious and do not represent any real person living or dead. See you next time.